Good afternoon, my friends. This is your Florida History Hunter coming to you today from Glenwood, Florida. Glenwood's a small community just northwest of D-Land, and it's got history back into the, I believe around the 1870s also, and we are down very close to where the old rail line used to run. The new rail line's in the same spot now, of course, but back in the day, we're only a block away from where Mr. Bond was king of lumber for this whole region. And he had a depot where they used to load lumber just about a block from here. But anyway, today we're at the end of one of the streets here in DeLeon Springs, and we're at the Glenwood African American Cemetery. And you can actually look, check this out. Here's an old piece of metal from the 1800s. Probably there's a whole bunch of pieces sticking out from around this tree, but let's oh, this is cool. The last time I visited here, I found this pot, and look what somebody did. They chopped a couple holes in it for some reason, but I'm happy to see the pot's still here. That's kind of cool. So this is it, and the cemetery's surrounded by private property there and over here, and then coming in the road, the whole right of it is a 14-acre piece of land. And you can kind of maybe way out there, you can see a tree line. It goes that way. And that's a fernery, and the fernery's on the market right now. Fern business used to be located here. Oh, uh-oh. Did you hear that? Two squirrels were fighting. They just dropped about 30 feet out of the tree. I'm gonna go over here and see if they're okay. Wow. Oh yeah, there they go. They're running back up the tree again. 3 of them. I don't see anybody wiggling around down here. That was amazing. So anyway, as I was saying, all the land way out, and in this road is part of this fernery property, and there may be a time where this won't be accessible anymore to get back here to this cemetery, and that happens a lot. Here in Florida, where smaller cemeteries and private cemeteries end up on private property, and the owners block access to the relatives getting in to see their ancestors, visit their ancestors, get close with their ancestors. So let's get back on trail path here, and one of those that are just joining us, welcome. We're just getting ready to cross into the African American Cemetery in Glenwood. And let's go in. And you can see this cemetery's in not very good shape. Stone missing, another stone missing. a broken one. Here's John Albert Hill, born in 1882 and died in 1950. And that's an old stone, so this stone looks like it was purchased in the 1800s, or possibly early 1900s, because this is the style of that they would have been. I see a lot of divots and no markers. I'd be willing to bet more than half the markers in the cemetery are gone. So what do we have here? We have somebody, Marie Pride, born in 1898, died in 1922. Here's one that's knocked over and just thrown in a pile. 1826 to 1923. Just shy of 100. 97. Wow. It was a long life, and probably a hard life too. And this is at a time where African Americans were being exploited. And they were living in very poor conditions in shacks, and they really worked them hard in the 1930s. And you see this a lot, the sort of above ground vaults. And this one, you gotta believe, they were stuck up a lot higher, but look how much this one's sunken in. Eventually everything's going back into the earth. '70s, totally sunken in. Here's one that's just a piece of cypress or cedar root laying there. There's one with no marker on it. It's got red brickwork around it. So this is going to be of some curiosity. That this is actually, we're not going to take them, but this is actually a road brick, kind for construction. I can tell by the wavered edge and the finish on it, and it's a lot thicker than a standard brick. As you can see, much thicker, and it's the only one. And the rest are red brick. If you know anything about red brick, back in the 1800s and early 1900s, it was expensive, and the average person could only afford a sand brick, and so they would faux finish them, paint them red. This is interesting. Rose Etta Piles, 1874-1922. Sparkling Beauty Chamber, 5015 Glenwood. want to know what that's about, because that's the second time I saw Sparkling Beauty Chamber on a stone. I saw one earlier, I just didn't make mention of it. So we're going to research what the Sparkling Beauty Chamber was in Glenwood, Florida in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Interesting. Every mystery opens up another question and more mystery. We have here private U.S. Army World War I veteran, died in 1966. This stone's completely gone. Weathered. There's a bunch out here that are completely sunken in, broken. Here's one that's just a rock. Piece of rock. Another one that's a piece of rock. Got a cross. Here's one that's concrete blocks and cement. Made back in the 1970s. Homemade. There's another one lined with some kind of brick. Some concrete pieces. They're all homemade too. You can see the actual hardboard cloth they use for reinforcing. The person might have been a mason. Here's one, the base is there. Two headstones are missing. Totally sunken in. It's really soft here too. Means that the casket's probably caving in. And that happens too. Not everybody had the money to buy high-end caskets. I'm sure there's a bunch of wood boxes out here. I have a Wilbert Sherman right there. There's another lamb, like the Lamb of God. And we're going to take a camera break for a second. We'll be right back. It's your Florida History Hunter. Alright, welcome back, my friends. Your Florida History Hunter, and we're at the Glenwood African American Cemetery. And I just wanted to shut my camera off a minute and talk to a property owner that's adjacent to the cemetery. Always helps to talk to people and find out if they know anything about local history. So here's a couple stones, and you know, look how far down they've sunken. Here's one that handmade. Hard to say when they died. 1896 it looks like. There's another one that's like really sunken down into the dirt. You know, and chances are there could be graves outside the fence perimeter, because over the years property lines change and all. There's a couple more old markers. And last but not least, there's this small cluster of rocks right here. It's hard to say what this belongs to. Kind of interesting. So part of the old expression, that's it in a nutshell. And basically that's it. The walk around of the Glenwood African American Cemetery. I want to thank you for joining us today on this hike. And you got a minute and you haven't subscribed to our channel, take a minute and subscribe to our channel. If you like the content of this video, click that like button below. And this is your Florida History Hunter, Land Diggs. Wishing you all a great day. Thanks for watching.